before I get like really important stuff to do. Where's it even? The funny thing is the capital of them is very near, actually. So I can kind of get a breach into that very soon. If I will ever fight against Russian, I have, of course, a fight plan already, because I'm at Imba. I use my ships to invade here and cut them completely off, then destroy all troops here, while I just place a lot of bunkers here and here, defend them off from that region, basically. They won't even enter my country before they figure out what the fuck happened. I have nearly 200,000 soldiers. Why I'm exploiting a game weakness at the moment. Also, I have a very weak country against a very strong one. So I'm allowed to do this. Total elite control, why not? Okay, first of all I'm gonna save on this point, because I'm not quite sure if I can ever win this game, but let's be honest. Let me face it. Are you gonna declare war to them right now? Conquer, yes. The preparation stance actually makes me still be able to get into the enemy position and actually strike the important aspects of the front lines. Even if I want a more attacking stance, but the reason that I right now have a lot of chance to actually attack them before the main army will arrive on the both fronts. If the main army will arrive on the fronts, that would be so harder. Why I'm letting the NPC doing this right now is the reason is pretty easy. I think they can do this best. Huh. So what you can see, I didn't promise too much. They're already pretty strong though. So it happened that I actually fall back to Turkey in just what about a week maybe. So I'm gonna take over that commander because I don't like what happens at moments. Withdrawing at every single front is not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to keep on pressure. Instead, not giving me into a bad position is if frontal attacking forces on that main headquarter of the enemy, which sets again the capital city. And if I finish that for now, say it that way. If I finish the main, I can't even finish that. That's by the look of it. I have to force them really back first of all. Not able to improve. As you can see right now, I'm not even ready for this war. So what I will now make is basically restart it and prepare myself a bit better. As you can see, it was definitely not the technique, it was the troops. And it was my own dumbness, actually. I'm pretty sure. I don't want a game against a troop I can't yet beat. But on the other hand, no problem in defeating them later. So of course you have to figure out something, and if it was bad in the first place, yes, I'm gonna kind of go pussy mode and say no, I'm not gonna fight this. But on the other hand, I don't want to say I want to say sorry basically. Look, I need so much more troops for all of this. Need more bombers and more infantry in the first place, but it's gonna work pretty easily. Give me myself 1 year more, and I will be able to actually already stay here. What I might do now with my 200,000 troops, to prepare for an attack of Yugoslavia. Because Yugoslavia is way more easy to invade than as you can see right now, I need more manpower. Germany already conquered Poland. Just strike soon if I want Yugoslavia as well, because Yugoslavia is actually, sooner or later, coming to be German. Now, in the main demonstration, I'm actually gonna align to that faction. I want to be near them, because I want to obviously join them, sooner or later. I've lead, I see. Some of them wasted, some aren't. But I have lead of them, that's the most important. It's 5th April 1940, okay, I see. I'm gonna now draw my own front lines, like in the picture book, you know? If no objective, they actually instant going back into the Russian front, what the fuck? So, Yugoslavia is actually focusing on getting not stormed by Germany. Easy job, I mean easy job to prepare for that. But hard job to actually fulfill, because you will always get stomped by them, no matter what you try. By the way, as I said, I'm gonna draw my own front now. Pretty easy though. I guess you don't get it, but I just don't want you to have any order anymore. I want you to not automart anything anymore. Wait, what the fuck, whatever the case. I'm not able to get this done. Okay, let's do this. I mean, it's not like anything could go wrong on the worst, could it? Okay. As you can see, I already got some of my headquarters in position to lead into this war. Just soon enough, I will actually start to break the first defense lines. Just gave you know some kind of preview of my power by taking one single army and completely devastating it, forcing it to retreat. The headquarters in Skopje actually are lucky to go back, which is a kind of idea. It's the first really big town falling into the hand of me, the great Turkish bastards. Gonna close down the encirclement and install a better regime there. For now, every fight looks actually pretty good because the Yugoslavia seems to be beaten pretty fast, but the Yugoslavians also know how to fight. So the fun thing is, I'm gonna pick everything on attacking stance now. I need to figure. I need to beat them fast. I need to rush through them. I'm not able to wait for too long, you know. I can't just wait for ages trying to defeat them. I have to get fast. I have the first big capital city, but not a capital city, and now at least. I'm not falling back for now anyway. I actually finished this with Albania once. I actually was able to invade Yugoslavia with Albania in House of Iron 2, but this is a different story. Anyway. What I can tell you is that for now, as you can see, the troops are actually getting regrouped from my enemy now. So on this point where we actually stood fighting back, I have to I would like to overtake, but I don't have to. So simply to beat them down. It's not like it's not gonna happen, you know. I can't still beat them down even without this. The IA is really stupid at the moment. This is really pissing me off quite well. I figured out that the defense stance for some reason is still best stance. But for all of them really suck actually, because they are really not doing anything worthful. They just keep falling back, they don't counter offense, they don't attack. So this is not my style of warfare. And it's not the Turkish style either. So instead of bloody defense combats, I want attack combats. I want to beat the enemy down, and this is basically what I can do with this big army, basically. Problem is that I'm not just lacking organization on some of the troops, I also lack moralization, you know. I don't have anything of that. I just lost a couple thousand troops in Encirclement though. This is where the II actually comes pretty much in handy. They know how to break those encirclements. I lost about 20,000 troops. This is not a lose. I cannot now take forever. It's quite hard. Heads if you see that they're actually coming back into the war. I wasn't fast enough again. But I'm gonna let the AI play this and comment on it. The fact is that I am having less power than they do. The theatre, what does the theatre say? They might need reinforcements to hold the lines. What will now start happening is basically that the people start getting into my country, and this is not gonna happen so far. Plan is to not let that happen actually, but it happened, so this is weak. I gonna judge join the LXs. for now. So the X is actually my mateys now. Still not seem to basically trying to help me. But on the other hand side, which I regret right now, is to join them. And this is why I'm gonna resign, because actually I don't need it. I really don't. I mean, Yugoslavia seems to be beaten nonetheless. I did not really know why I joined the Allies. That shot something, but... And you know what? I don't want to actually join them, so I'm gonna resign from this and start once again while the war was set. I'm not gonna be part of the Axis right now. They just drag me into more problems. Yes, I know that sounds like cheating, you know. I use to abuse facts like this, but on the different side you have to see it differently. I don't abuse a system in this game, you know. I just try to figure out what it will look like. I will promise I'm not doing that in later battles, but for now it's easily said. I just want the this basically be this happening here. I want this to somehow work, and as you can see, I want to rejoin the Axis in this, so I have to rejoin at the last possible save before war. It's too bad. It has been over a year, lol. Well, then I have to be playing on over a year. Fact is, I can't explain Yugoslavia the war right now. I will completely let the NPCs fight that, and yes, will happen, will work. On the other hand, I'm not gonna join the Axis for the reason that it'll just drag me in more problems than I need, really. So let's just do this. This is easily going to be the same I tried to do. It seems a bit harder now, even if I'm not playing it myself. It seems to be easily the same thing I did with the Germans, just throwing randomly a lot of infantry while the fight on the front, hoping it works. Not gonna actually work, but for now it should be enough. Till the first troops arrive, I guess. You can kind of bet on this tactic, which is called a Blitzing stance. Just see this as small Russia, I mean. Once I got Yugoslavia, I have the door to Europe basically open. And then, yeah, well, look, I didn't cheat except for the neutrality cheat, and basically the cheat is something you can do in 5 minutes, but it would have just taken a bit longer, so this is not a big problem for me, I see. And I could fight the war itself. Oh, by the way, I just killed a 6-star headquarter. So if I'm not completely mistaken, they have now a really big problem in the high level of the warfare. While I somehow was able to get a front near the headquarters, which is obviously their main capital cities. On the other hand, I have to send new troops into these directions, but this is not a problem because this is gonna happen anyway. The attacks came to a stop. The counterattacks of those enemies came to a stop. I take some territories but not a lot. I defend some territories but not a lot. And I try to get out of the circles. My own fronts are pretty damaged though. At some points I lost here, but I have to get out of that because this is really important and it's really obviously pretty damn dangerous for lots of soldiers. If I get into stupid positions, I really it's my own fault kinda. So what I try to do now is trying to take over this little country, which is for now not really looking that bad. The fronts obviously came to a stop for now, because I actually know that my power is less than theirs. On the other hand, they don't attack me because they don't obviously know. Or they just wait for a lot of organization. Whatever the case is, I'm waiting for soldiers here, just as they do. So let's say take it that way. Yugoslavia is a piece of shit country, and if it looks like this, I could attack the main capital city right now. For this kind of gonna save anyway, because this is now the paint where I was before, for the reason that I just strike the back and lost some number of troops. Not to say that I can't just basically do this. Let's see if that works. Let's see what happens. Why it shouldn't work. Yeah, I need bombing stuff. That's a problem I have with urban assaults. They take forever and they're kind of beastie. You can either win them or you can't, but on the other one side, or let's say the other, most likely won't. Urban assaults are really, really assy. I mean, it's a town. I have a bad position. I could snipe. They actually counter-attacking a bit further into their country. As far as I push the rest of the army away, you can't see my head while I'm doing this. Far as I push the rest of the army off the left, the easier will to take the rest of the right, which makes sense, right? Because as far as away, there's a huge gap, and suddenly if there's a huge gap, I can easily take that huge gap to my direction. You see, if I get this done on the north side now, as it looks of it, I can circle easily the whole area around that headquarter. I like the called headquarter, although it's just the main capital of city. On the south lane I actually got a breakthrough, obviously. I could easily move troops up here, but this would be very dangerous. So I'm not doing this. And here we see I have, actually the AI did, pretty big breakthrough by just defeating some more armies to actually go back. So this is important, and this is what I could do myself, but I don't want to. It's easy to explain this stuff if I'm not doing it self. The problem with one Ahoy 3 I have is basically that they do so much decisions wrong. I have no idea why. I'm still learning basically, and by playing that you're not learning at all. But this will end soon. I just want basically this food in the world. I'm gonna easily get that with Yugoslavia. Romania will feel completely my lose if I lose that. We are just a bit under them, but we have still about 200,000 soldiers waiting to get used. And here's a huge encirclement coming in, and you see Yugoslavia just suffered a lot of power. It could take now more to the left, and it should actually do this. I see no reason to not do so. Take some more harbors. Maybe worth something once you... Oh, I see that they are not idle. The armies are just not idle enough to do so. As you can see, he's actually doing this. I would have done this before, but the army wasn't idle. I would see another big move aspect in just attacking mids here at this part. The reason I'm not fighting in Hoi 3 myself that much is because this game is offering far more reality to actual fronts and to actually planning with your divisions on AI level. That you don't need to basically have that much organized in your head like you had in Hoi 2. That was very smaller, and right now, as you can see encircled here, it's far more realistic if I just let it play by the AI, just play myself. And right now will now be supplied from this little city here, but actually I just lost a huge ass of territory there. And if the army is not able to defend themselves, then yes, I still lost that huge ass part there, and I'm not one of retreat. I don't want to say that, but I'm sure as hell not on the winning side though. I want a very preparing stance right now, please. Like a really defensive stance. Don't want to be any offensive anymore. I want to spare my manpower up and get some more troops running, so I can like stump them somehow. I really want to wait for the real opportunity to attack. Right now I'm not having it, so I'm preparing for it. So when I will have an exactly good opportunity to, for example, breach this and come back into the war, easygoing. For now, it's just waiting time. As you can see, I have partisans in Bulgaria as well. This is not really good, is it? So it seems like my troops are, after all, abandoning some pretty tactical bad positions. But this is something okay. I would have done the same. Look, for example, I would give up this because it's nearly it's a town, but after all, it's circled by a lot of rivers, and rivers are really big enemies. Not big enemies like they are hard to beat, but they are really annoying. So, what I can give you now is one, whatever it is, mountain brigade, obviously. And this will be, it's actually gonna be pretty soon finished. So you can see the preparing stance right here. It says that a lot of troops preparing for a brick strike, and this is pretty much what I can do as well. As right now, this brick strike, I gotta directly lead it myself, will be on complete encircle try. And right now you can see I pushed them back here with this big US army, how it called it. And I stopped the offense again. I'm not continuing it for the reason that I first of all need to take the flanks. You know, I have to defend the flanks as well, and this is easily done by just pushing one army back and forth, like this, for example, this poor bastards here. And then attacking right here and exactly attacking this spot from those two armies and this spot from everything else around it. Now it is a supply line to the lost army, as I call it, where I actually tried to abandon because I thought it's gonna be very hard to keep it on the current state of the war. As you can see right now, the encirclement won't be that easy. I need that huge army I gathered here. Take right there. That was only headquarters, obviously, that fell directly into their backs. But on the other hand, they have a lot of here, very huge troop right here. So I kinda need to take the command's attack here and there on the same time, so they can't do this to get. It's like really an ambush, you know. I can't let them happen to. I lost that war actually, so they are falling back now, and I kinda didn't got the encirclement as I planned to do so. But I got myself my own ass encircled. This is bad. Now actually got encirclement completely ready, and now it's time to strike. If I don't strike yet, the encirclement is completely pretty assed. As you can see, I still have some skills in this game. Trying to beat the strength down of these troops, even if it costs me everything. With the reason that they will disappear forever. Then the front is beaten, because then they can't defend anymore. And as you can see here, they lose quite a lot of troops. I'm not having the organization to continue those heavy attacks on those certain fronts. And let's just do this next day, right now again. It's impossible to break down this wall of lots of troops. What I got it circled as far as I wanted it to. So what I can do basically is just keep attacking it every time here and then. At some point it will actually perish. Like right now, here you see, a thousand of troops from Yugoslavia just died on here. I mean, like a really big cup of troops. I lost some troops by that, but I didn't lose quite a lot. And now it's actually time to retake some more of the country by just going there. I killed about 5 or 6 divisions of each 12,000 soldiers. Right now I can go back into the blitzing stance because now they are nothing. I break kind of the backbone. And this is where I let the AI comments. And maybe you understand it now. I let the AI comments now because this is what I could do, but it's just taking time if I do it. So I can do it there, the AI can do it, it's really faster. Then if I see it's not going forward, I'm gonna press on the preparing stance again, look where I have weak points in the enemy army and try to abuse them as much as possible. This is how you play it. The game, the best. I want some multiplayer but using exactly this. Nobody told, I didn't told nobody. You can consider them as noobs, and this may be right, but I wouldn't do so. They are pretty good players though. They use all cheesy tactics, and usually they win with that. In fact, I'm standing in half of Yugoslavia at the moment, and if I just go into preparing stance, I yet again will have good front lines of troops, which will show me where the best possibilities are to attack. And yeah. It's important to actually conquer the others, the really big cities as well. So just saying, yo, I don't want this and this does not work. As you can see, if I pick more points I want to have, then there's more attacking going on. And it's actually a pretty huge fallback for them right now, because as you can see, it just basically take over wave after wave, country, place after country. Not really good big defending going on anywhere. Since this is happening, and here we go. This is what I waited for. The encirclement of the main capital city. If this really happens like I just expected, it happens. What I do now is, once again, turning off the AI, simple think field, and take a think measure, and just really attack full force on them again. They're trying to break out of it by just taking the flanks randomly. All the random. They might succeed with that too. I already lost a couple thousand troops on this, so you just maybe just gonna abandon it again. And prepare for another attack on this. Try to hold the lines, but this is obviously impossible. If that happens, what I just see now, I lost a couple stacks of units, which will be very helpful. And here we go. I actually captured right enough pots, so they actually gave it up. So what I can tell you now is a huge manpower gain of 9.4. And I kinda say this is it because I'm tired, and it's 41 already. So the war against the Russians will start pretty soon too. You have to basically take the Hungaris then over already. I mean, otherwise it's not gonna work out, is it? I mean, I can wait till the Russians come in, so this is not a problem. The Greeks are now actually in war with the Germany, so... But on the other hand, I have 180,000 soldiers just waiting to get their shoots going. And the Germans are actually having a right front against me. So they are not getting left unprepared, I'm pretty sure. Let's try something. See, they're not just gonna take me into this pact I wanted to have. Turkey is not actually a big country for now. And I liked how this is going. What I like as well is my huge manpower pool for just being a little shit country, basically. Um, I might as well start the war against the Hungaries right now. Guess I don't know how you think about this, but I need to help. Oh, as you can see, no objectives given, and yet again they play pretty good. But done. Ah. I have to admit that what I'm doing right now is nothing that's genociding a lot of good soldiers, actually. Turns out overstomping the Greece is low. Well. They actually gave her a different front, and I'm pretty sure it's a front for the taking of the Soviet Union. As you can see right now, I don't have to interfere a lot with this, most likely. As it's by the looks of it, that I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's gonna fall very soon, because the Romanians at this point are not very strong and just waiting for getting fucked in the asses. As I already bringing them to fall back on basically every possible post here. What you can see on the mountain side is that to start a war against the Russians actually starting. Romania's not into excess yet, so I already broke the history at this point and lost 20,000 soldiers or something because they got circled. Stupid bastards. I can maybe, if I overtake the commander now, I can maybe make the aggressions come into the basically pretty much an old grave. If you cut them supply lines off here, they pretty much used the lost on my own land, so. It's basically the idea to cut them off once again and shoot them back where they came from. They are mightily going into my motherland, but on the other hand, if they continue like this, they go to eat shit and die. Because as you might imagine, the Germany war is currently in a full force offense. On Romania it can be pretty hard. What if I ask for peace? Status quo, perfect. This gone faster than expected. I saw them running me over. I just realized that really early that they would run me over. Wasn't hard to realize though. It was really just obvious that it would have taken another month maybe. I had the manpower for it, but I was prepared. I didn't have prepared fronts. I was pretty just rushing in hoping it worked, but it didn't, so yeah, that's how you call our own grave. I got circled at so many posts at the same fucking moment that at the end the Istanbul headquarters had to have some high losers. What's this? Oh, resistance, what the fuck? Yeah, whatever the case. What I should know is that I'm of course not aboard this. I'm gonna upload this on YouTube somewhere. I'm gonna finish this, and I'm not gonna be happy when, before I'm gonna capture the whole world or something. Or at least make the Turkish being a real nation and winning the game, but just simply being in one of the infractions. So at this point, I'm gonna go offline now and let's just. With this sense, I just say bye for now. And once the Soviets actually strike back the Germans, I'm pretty sure this will happen very soon, because they actually start coming into losing territories. They should know that it does just not stop, but let's just hope this. On this sense, I say good night for now, and greetings from Big Clan Turkey. See you later.